Yeah.
People waiting to the last minute, people waiting to see what happens. There's consequences, right? There's risks associated with this for getting this wrong. So looking at it through that lens, what could be the implications on organizations for getting this wrong and not going into this, with some preparatory activities?
I think the risks are actually beginning at the beginning of employment rather than, once your employee's on board. The process now becomes in recruitment. So really what I would generally be saying to employers and TAs is that you want to start looking at your job adverts, your candidate communications are so important, your selection processes and the onboarding, they all carried now increased scrutiny. What you
Yeah.
don't want is purely drafted role descriptions, inconsistent interview processes, those things that are unclear that will end up resulting in potential litigation. So, for example, if you have a defective role description or an interview process that is not as clear and transparent as it should be, what you will end up having is you may get a candidate through the door that you think, fits the mold, but you've done it in a quick decision. The consequences will be that that person will be onboarded and potentially within a matter of days, months, you realize that actually you've got the wrong person on board. What will be the risk to the business then? Potentially a claim, a grievance, all those issues with a line manager. That will actually just increase management time and risks potentially ultimately leading to some sort of claim being made against the employer. And now because you have day one rights and also a decreased unfair dismissal claim, which you can make within 6 months, and also with the whistleblowing protection, sexual harassment, all those sort of things. If you're not getting those processes right at the beginning, correct, or even you do a strategic review across the board of them, you could end up having people come through that you would not have ordinarily picked or selected. So I think those selection procedures right at the beginning are what TAs need to start looking at to reduce that reputational risk, the legal exposure.